Okay, good morning, my leaders. Good morning, Leader Heather, and thank you so much for the opportunity. We'll just say grace before we start. I know it's super early. Father God, thank you. We are grateful, Lord, for a new day. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Lord, help us as we learn together, as we grow together. Bless our day, bless our week, Lord. In Jesus' precious name we pray. Amen. Okay, leaders, I'm going to jump straight into my presentation because we are 30 minutes already in. So I am going to share, things that I wish I knew before I started network marketing and lessons that would have helped me grow faster and smarter. And this is not to say that, we need to be at a certain place before we start. It simply means it's my learning journey that I'm sharing, especially with people that are that I'm inviting to this opportunity, things that I'm sharing with them so that their learning curve can become shorter. They say we have so many coaches, mentors, and leaders in the business, and yes, that is true. And they are really the ones that are helping us to shorten our learning curves. So this is just my humble journey, and I'll be sharing with you what I have learned so far and what someone that is super new can take and implement. Next slide, my leader. We can go to the next slide, my leader. All right, so basically, one of the first things that captured my attention because I'm an economist by profession is the compensation plan. So before I understood anything, I think I was really encouraged by the compensation plan to join the business. We all have different stories. Some people were encouraged by the products or they were sold by the product. I was sold by the compensation plan because I saw myself growing. I saw economies of scale and I really saw economies of scope. So basically, as you grow in the business, you know that, you are going to get more and more compared to the day that you started because of the growth opportunities that are presented to us by the compensation plan. So I think this is something I understand. And for me, I would say that if you are new, try to understand the compensation plan, right? You earn commissions, you earn rank bonuses, which basically means that as you are moving up in the marketing plan, you are going to get bonuses and incentives. And then also there's a team volume structure, which means as you grow your team, you are also able to, earn more. That means you are helping more people to achieve the same thing. So you get compensated for that as well. And then you also get compensated for income producing activities. That means you get compensated by selling, teaching more people to sell, right? So most beginners only focus on selling, but growth really comes from understanding the multiple income streams. And in Forever, we have at least 8 income streams, right, in one business model. So for me, those were the things that sold me. Okay. Um, so if you are new, this is something that you can really just try to spend some time, watching business presentations so that you can understand how the compensation plan works. Sometimes my family says, Mom, why are you watching the same presentation over and over? It's really just to understand how the team leading bonus works and how the different compensation plans work in the business. Um, yes, next slide, my leader. Okay, and then another thing is that I wish I started earlier. To be honest, when I was at university, I was with another network marketing company, and yes, I was selling for this network marketing company, but the compensation plan was really not the same. And for me, honestly, I stopped just before varsity. But then for me, to be honest, I really wish I knew about this company, about Forever Living products earlier. And I wish that I had started earlier because I, I could have grown further in the business. So if people are on the fence and they are not making that decision, one of the things you can tell them is that it's better to start early because there's a learning curve. There are things that you need to understand and grow into. You need to build your confidence. You need to build your ability to close sales, etc. But it's a really rewarding business. So anyone that is, long in this business will tell you, "I wish I started longer." And that is one thing that I wish for myself as well, because you gain your experience faster, you build your confidence, and then also they say that network marketing compounds over time. So the efforts that you're putting will compound over time, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. And you learn from your mistakes earlier. But of course, there is no perfect timing in network marketing. Start messy, growth happens along the way. Okay. Next slide, Malida. All right. And then I think this is my most important slide. For me, I really just believe that consistency and creating systems is the way to go. So, whatever you do, keep doing it, even if you don't see the results, okay? Especially when you are starting, when you are new, you will not see the results immediately. You'll be prospecting, but people will not be joining your business. You'll be posting on social media, but people will not be joining your business. It's because you are building momentum. You are getting your vehicle to warm up. You are starting on this journey, right? So as you move along your journey, you will see that you will personally grow in confidence. You'll grow in your sales and marketing skills. You will also grow your product knowledge. As you start using the products, you will start seeing the results of these products. And all these changes will be visible to people around you. They will see how you're using the product, how it's transforming your own life. They will see how your income is improving and how life is changing for you. And it might not be buying a car or buying a house. Sometimes it's really just small things that are adjusting in your life, right? You have a better cash flow system, or you are better able to manage your finances, etc. But there will be visible changes, especially to those that are immediately around you. Okay. And some of these changes are the reasons why people will join. Not everyone will join because you are doing a business presentation. Some people will join because they are seeing a change in your life, in your appearance. Maybe you're using this product and your skin has improved. So they will join because of this reason. So whatever you do, be consistent, and then also creating a system. Social media is very interesting these days. There are scheduling tools like Meta Business Suite. There's also TikTok Studio. They allow you to schedule your posts. So you don't have to be on social media every day. For example, for me, I post about twice a day on my TikTok, but I'm not on TikTok every day, right? So you need to create a system for yourself so that you are able to post consistently. Um, so look into scheduling tools so that you're able to schedule out your posts in advance, 2, 3 weeks, even up to a month in advance, so that you are not burning yourself out. And that also really creates consistency in your business and in your system. So you need to think about a system. Um, Talking about prospecting, for example, you can say that let me just find myself a book and write down all my prospects, write down my who do you know list, and then these are the people that I'll be reaching out to. So when your leader is saying, we are having this business presentation this week, let's invite massively, you are not there groping around in the dark looking for people to invite, just inviting random people. And then also another thing is that network marketing is a numbers game. So if you invite 5 people to the meeting, there's a chance that zero will attend or only one person will attend. So if you are inviting 20 to 50 people to a meeting, you'll have 5, 10, or even 11 people attending your business presentation, right? So it's a numbers game. When you have your who do you know list, you are always having a space, to go back and speak to people. And the more people you speak to, the more you will win. So you need a posting system, a prospecting system, a follow-up system. What platform are you using to follow up? Are you calling people? Are you, sending WhatsApps, or are you sending messages on normal text? For WhatsApp, it's very beautiful because you can send automatic replies. You just, I'm not going to explain the technical part. You can Google and learn these things. If you, have automatic replies on your WhatsApp business, right? You just type forward slash, and then your automatic replies will pop up. And then you can ask people, how was the meeting? And you can have this like a whole system of what to say, when, people are attending your meeting, you have your scripts ready, you type it into your auto reply settings. And then after meetings, instead of typing to everyone, you can just send them those messages. So try to create a system around everything that you do. In terms of your training and your learning system, what do you have? We have an amazing business community where we have 5 a.m. training sessions, 10 a.m. training sessions, 12 p.m. sessions, business presentations, etc. There's so much happening. Plug into those ones, be active. I'm not presenting at the 5 a.m. club because I'm better at what I'm doing. I'm good at what I'm doing. I'm having all the wins. I'm actually even presenting on things that I'm struggling with, right? So it's not a I've arrived business. It's even for those that have arrived, they always say that you need to operate your business from an assistant supervisor level. Even for a manager, a senior, a sole eagle manager, they'll be telling you, operate your business as if you are an assistant supervisor. So we are always learning. Let's be humble, and then let's keep learning. Let's keep implementing, and let's keep putting in the work that we need to do, right? So for me, it's really just to say, create consistency. And consistency doesn't have to be you showing up every day. It's you creating a system that allows you to show up every day. Okay. And then without a system, you rely on motivation. You rely on your leader coming in and following up on you. Forever is not a push business. So if you don't have a system in place, you will always want to be motivated, and you become inconsistent. And your results will slow down. And what happens when your results slow down? Your business will slow down. You will give up. You will be demotivated, and you'll quit the business. And they say that it's not, forever doesn't fail anyone. It's not like, you are not getting your company, your team incentive bonus on time. The money is not paid to you on time, or the products have not arrived on time. The product center is there for all of us to go to. It's us ourselves that are failing the business, okay? Or we've changed our mind about the business. And then with systems, you become you are basically automating your whole business, right? Your discipline also increases, okay? And your discipline is on autopilot because you have created systems that allow you to show up daily, and then growth becomes predictable. You know that because I'm posting consistently, I'm getting this level of engagement on my social media, or because I am doing XYZ, I can expect XYZ, right? So yeah, basically let's create consistency. Consistency doesn't mean that you must show up every day. It means that you must create a system around what you do so that it becomes easier for you to show up the way that you need to show up. Okay, next slide, my leader. And then I also want to talk about building a strong pipeline, right? One of the things about this business is you will experience rejection. People will say no, and it will reflect on your confidence if you allow it to. Okay, so people will say, "I'm really not interested in selling. Why are you selling, Esther? You're an economist. Why are you selling? You're working at this and that office, right? Because for me, I work in the diplomatic space. So people will say a lot of things that will discourage you. But if you understand what you are doing, right, you know where you are going, okay? And these people that are saying why will be the same ones that will come and join you or look for help in the future. So try to understand that part of the business is rejection. You will experience rejection. You will feel less than. But in this life, we need to sell something, right? We need to sell something. We need to put ourselves out there so that we are able to make things better for ourselves. So what I'm trying to say is, in terms of prospecting and building a strong pipeline, whether of customers or prospects, right? You need to have more than one people that you're reaching out to. If somebody says, I cannot buy from you every month, you must have 20 other people you are speaking to, so that if this one person says no, you still have other people that will reply to you and say, okay, maybe you can bring the truth gel this time. Or you still have this other 50 other people that will say, yes, I can attend today's meeting. Imagine you reaching out to 5 people and they're saying, I'm busy, it's a Sunday, I'm preparing for school, it's dinner time, and then having all these excuses and only one person shows up. It will reflect on your confidence. But the more people you reach out to, the better your results will be. So ensure that you have a strong pipeline of cold and warm prospects. Cold prospects are those people that you don't know, those people that you've met on social media. How do you meet people on social media and start inviting them? You attend your 12 p.m. session, you learn in Power Hour how to reach out to people, how to prospect on social media. Those are your cold prospects. Warm prospects are in your contacts, these are the people that you know. But you'll soon run out of your warm prospects, okay? But your pipeline still needs to be full, you know. You need to have a strong pipeline so that you never run out of people to invite. So you might find yourself saying, oh, my leader is always saying we must keep inviting people, but I don't even know who to invite. But do you have the who do you know list, right? And that, like, for some of us, we already have more than 500 people in our contacts. Some have 3,000 people in your contacts. Have you invited any of those people, right? Are they on your who do you know list? And they are supposed to be on your who do you know list. Plus, have you reached out to your cold prospects? Okay, are you reaching out and are you continuously doing that? Are you adding people to your who do you know list on a daily, weekly basis, right? So the less water there is in your pipeline, there will be air, and when you open that tap, it's going to make noise. Okay, there's gonna be complaints, complacency, etc. Remember, like when a pipe bursts or when someone is fixing a main pipeline, there will be no air. They will stop that water flow, and there will be no air. I mean, there will be no water flow. The moment that that pipe is open, you'll see that there's going to be a lot of noise when you open the tap, etc. Okay. But when it's full, it's constantly flowing. Even if the pressure is low, you have water running without making noise. Okay. So let's keep our pipeline full. Let's nurture our people. Let's follow up. I was struggling a lot with following up. I think I'm improving now and I'm getting better results. So following up is important. It's one thing to invite people to a meeting, but it's another thing to follow up, right? And to close the sale. And then you should always have new prospects, warm lists, follow ups ready to close people. So you should always have these 4 types of people. Okay. If you're on the top of that list, come down all the way. You should have all those 4 types of people at the same time. No pipeline, no sales. Okay. And more conversations create more conversions. So the more conversations you have, the more conversions you will have. Okay. Next slide, Marida. And then yes, this to me is a big lesson in forever living. It's all about selling. We need to learn how to sell. Okay, we need to learn how to sell. You can be good at prospecting, but we must also learn how to sell. Okay, selling is about um, putting ourselves out there, finding people's needs, listening to people's conversations, and knowing when to pitch the product. Someone will say, I'm really having a terrible flu, or my child is not concentrating or focusing at school. Then you know what type of product to sell to them. Be a good listener and know when to pitch your products, okay? So we need to create a solution. We need to have a vision around our business, and then we need to master selling, right? Mastering selling comes in bits and pieces. It's not a I've arrived situation. We start conversation, we identify people's needs, we present the value of the products or the opportunity, and then we handle objections with grace. People will say no. And of course, let's also admit that this might not be for everyone, and that is okay. We move on to the next person because why? Our pipeline is full. Okay, we don't catch feelings. Catch feelings, catch fire. So we don't catch feelings, okay? Because when we catch feelings, we become demotivated. So let's handle objections with care. ChatGPT is there. And if someone is saying whatever objection you may have, just quickly type it into ChatGPT and ask, I'm prospecting someone, and they say this, what can I say, right? And then ChatGPT will tell you, how to respond with grace. So we respond with grace, and sometimes people will just say no, let's not close doors, because even for prospects, if they say no, you can downsell the offer and say, okay, can you support the business? Is there anything that you'd like? Can I send you the catalog? They can go through and become a customer, okay? And even if they say no, it's still fine. We move on to the next person, because the people that say no could also be our future um, business partners or our future customers. Okay, so we close those doors with grace, and then closing confidently. Let's be confident about the responses we are giving them, because sometimes people are also just really trying to see if this is real, if it's legit, if it really works, is it too good to be true, etc. So let's be confident in how we are presenting the opportunity. And it's okay to say, I will get back to you. But in the meantime, especially when you are chatting with people on social media, there's ChatGPT, okay? You don't always have to go to your upliner or a WhatsApp group. People take time to reply. Use ChatGPT and find the answers that you need, okay? And then respond with grace. So sales is not about forcing, it's about helping people to decide, okay? We give clarity, and we try to clarify people's um, misconceptions about the business, or we help them to understand better more about the product or the opportunity. So as I close, the more you improve your sales skills, the faster your business grows. Okay. So let's continuously work on improving our skills. Okay. Next slide, Melida. Okay. So with this, I've come to the end of the presentation. And what I really just wanted to share today is we all have things that we wish we knew before we started. And for me, this was really a reflection of my own journey to say that um, where I am right now, it's by the grace of God. And one thing I told myself is, if I can be at a certain level by the time I started my business, because I started in February last year, I will continue to do the business. And I think I've reached that goal. And I'm so grateful, because it shows me that it's possible. And if it's possible with me, it can be possible with you as well. Remember that we will not all grow at the same space, at the same rate. So make your own goals, be clear, set smart goals, be specific about your goals. They should be achievable, they should be realistic and time bound. Set yourself realistic goals, and don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your business. Work on yourself continuously. Remember to be consistent. Consistency doesn't mean doing it all by yourself. Just create an accountability system within your business. Whether it's you telling someone to remind you, I'm not a morning person, but I told myself I need to do this at least once a month, right? So let's just create systems around ourselves so that we are able to win in the business. Thank you so much.